Hi, fasters. Happy Tuesday and welcome to Old Fat and Fasting. Today we're going to talk about travel. Just because you adopt a fasting lifestyle does not mean that you can't enjoy traveling. There are many ways that you can deal with it. You can just kind of plan around it. You can do some meal prep ahead of time, or sometimes you're just going somewhere really amazing where they're going to have food you've never had. And part of the experience of being there is enjoying the food.
Very
So,
much so.
yeah, so we're going to talk about those three things today.
My family went on vacation to Puerto Rico in May, and ahead of the trip, I went in, so did Steve, saying, I'm going to gain weight on this trip. We were fine with it. We are firm believers that when you travel, you need to eat the local cuisine. I'm not saying eat at the local Burger King. We're not saying eat at Denny's or go get pancakes. But when you are on a vacation, eat the food there that you can't get at home. So
Part
we
of the
enjoyed, I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's part of the experience. That's part of the vacation experience, I
It is
think.
absolutely part of the vacation experience. I'm looking at my notes over here. Coconut mojitos. I gained 11 pounds in those 7 days, and I'm pretty sure half of it was in coconut mojitos. And then the most popular dish in Puerto Rico is something called mofongo, which is it's made out of plantains, and it's like mashed plantains, but it has chicken stock or some kind of stock in it and different meats, and it's wonderful. And plantains, I'm sure they have some kind of nutritional information or no, nutritional uh, aspects in them, but they're really high in carbs. But we ate mofongo almost every meal. So literally in those 7 days that I gained 11 pounds, I ate absolutely everything that I wanted that I know I can't get at a restaurant at home because it's worth it. To me, you do what works best for you, but that's how I like to do my vacations. I came home, and one reason we went in saying we're going to eat what we want and I'm willing to gain the weight is we knew we were going to come home and we were just going to fast hard. And I
Right.
think we did, I can't remember whether we did OMAD or it may have been rolling 48s, but those 11 pounds that I gained in a week, I lost all of them in 2 weeks. And I
Yeah.
was down to my pre Puerto Rico weight. So enjoy it. Just know you're going to come home and you're going to work to get back to where you were. But
Yeah.
my advice is to enjoy the food, but that's not what everybody's going to do. But
Sure.
that's what I'm preaching.
And just for people who are new to fasting, can you explain what a rolling 48 means?
A rolling 48 would be that, well, and it varies for me because my eating windows are very, very short. I eat until I'm full. My eating window last night, I think it was 5 minutes. I ate for 5 minutes. I was full. I jumped right back on the life fasting app and started it back again. A rolling 48 would be that you don't eat for 48 hours and then you eat during whatever your eating window is, and then you fast for another 48 hours. So it's don't eat for 48, eat in your eating window, don't eat for 48, and you just keep rolling.
Right. Right. I used to do rolling 36s. Yeah. So, I mean, you can do rolling however many hours, but yeah,
Oh,
that's what.
exactly. Yeah. Or OMAD or whatever it is you want to follow.
Right. 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 So you all camp a lot, especially in the summer, I would say, some in the spring. So how do you deal with that when you guys go camping?
Right. Well, how we camp in the summer differs and how we cook in the fall and winter. So in the summer, we camp at Lake Hartwell in Anderson, South Carolina. And our trailer is small. It's 19 feet. It's one room plus a bathroom. We don't like to cook inside because it does not take long for that little space to get hot. So we cook outside. And because of that, we stick mainly to protein. I went to the grocery, excuse me, I went to the grocery last night and bought steak kebabs, chicken kebabs,
Oh,
burgers, brats, things we can cook on the grill outside or on the fire ring outside. We do have a pan and we buy vegetables when we get there because the refrigerator in a little trailer isn't very big.
sure.
And then the vegetables would wilt. So we'll pick up vegetables when we get there tomorrow. But we do have a pan that we can put on the grate and cook some vegetables. But for the most part, we do have protein. When the weather is cold or cooler and we're not so worried about the heat inside the trailer, I take an Instant Pot or a crock pot. You don't mind too much of it getting warm. It's actually kind of helpful. We do have a stove top and we do have an oven in the trailer. And I've used the oven a couple of times. But yeah, during the fall months we do protein and vegetables both, but for the most part in the summer months we stick to high protein.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about like having a crock pot or an instant pot when you go camping. That's a great idea because then you don't heat up the inside of the trailer either.
I'm trying to remember what trip it was we went on. You saying that sparked some little memory in my head. There was some vacation we went on and we went to a Goodwill when we got there and bought a crock pot and then redonated it when we left.
Yeah.
Going on vacation, I mean, a big part of the budget of going on vacation is going out to eat.
Oh,
And this
definitely.
this was before we were fasting. But we bought a crock pot at Goodwill and put it in our room. I forgot
Oh,
about that.
wow.
So you could even do that, without camping. If you go on
Well,
vacation,
that's
buy a little
true.
crock pot at Goodwill and cook in it. And
You definitely could. I hadn't thought about that.
yeah, $10, I think you can get a crock pot for.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that.
Another thing that we do when we are camping in the trailer, because it's at the lake, because it's outside, because it's whatever excuse you want to plug in right now, we like to drink. We have found that Corona hard seltzers are carb free and sugar free, and they have 90 calories. So that's what we tend to stick to. Steve also likes the LaCroix Beach Plum mixed with vodka because liquor is low carb or no carb. I think it's no carb. I'm interrupting your broadcast to let you know that we do drink coffee. Steve drinks iced tea. I drink my Gatorade Zero fruit punch, and we both drink lots of water. I'll now return you to your original programming. We used to go to the grocery when we got to Anderson, and we would go like every 2 or 3 days. But I think we have learned, at least for us, that as the days go on and you get more relaxed with your vacation, your inhibitions go down, and you go to the grocery store and the snacks look better and the baked goods look better and things that you shouldn't eat look better. So that's why I went to the grocery last night. And I also went because it can be in the refrigerator and here at home and get cold. And this is just me over explaining, because when we get to the trailer, our refrigerator's been sitting in the sun in the trailer for weeks. So the
Yeah.
refrigerator's hot. So if we put cold stuff in, it'll help the refrigerator get cold faster. Anyway, that's why I bought the cold things last night, or the proteins last night, so they can be cold and go in the fridge. But we will pick the vegetables up tomorrow before we hit the camping site, and we'll put those in the refrigerator so that maybe they won't wilt as much.
Yeah.
But the big thing is with travel is I think we've mentioned the analogy in videos before of just because you drop your phone doesn't mean you have to step on your phone.
Right.
So in Puerto Rico, we dropped our phone on purpose, but we came home without stepping on it. To me in Puerto Rico, if we had dropped the phone and stepped on it, it would have meant not just eating the local foods, but it also would have meant hitting the local pancake house and just stuff that isn't worth the carbs. It's just not worth the weight gain. But
Right.
to me, that would have been jumping on the phone.
Well, and I think that jumping on the phone also could have been letting yourself continue in the same pattern once you got home. So you went into it with the mindset that I'm going to eat whatever I want, but as soon as I get home, I'm back on track, and you followed through with that.
Yeah, yeah. Very good point. Very good point.
That's all we have for today. Tomorrow, we're going to have a really interesting topic. I think it's a really interesting topic to talk about. It's going to be Lori going through a tool that she uses to plan the meals that she has during her eating window. It's e-meals. And if you all have never seen this before, it's a great tool. So I encourage you to watch. It'll be really interesting. If you can plan your meals, it simplifies so many things. And when you're fasting, you do look forward to when you get to eat.
Yes, you do.
So, and I think that's one thing that has changed some for me since I've been fasting is I look forward to preparing that meal.
Hmm.
And that used to be kind of a chore to me, but I've learned to plan and enjoy making that meal. So tune in tomorrow and check that out. I think it's been going to be a really helpful video for a lot of people. But that's it for now. Happy Tuesday. Happy fasting.
Bye.
Bye.